World of Warcraft's Mists of Pandaria remix is just around the corner, and with it comes a really great opportunity to get your hands on some very rare and normally hard to obtain mounts. In this video I will be going through each of these mounts and how you can get them in Pandaria Remix. But what exactly is WoW Pandaria Remix and how much easier is it to obtain these mounts than in the main version of the game? So WoW Pandaria Remix is a time-limited event beginning on May 16th at 10 AM PDT, and it offers a new leveling experience through Pandaria. You will be able to get some new customizable loot which works a little bit like runes from Season of Discovery, and you'll be able to get a new currency through which you can obtain rare mounts that were first made available during Mists of Pandaria. But what is this new currency and how can you get it? The new currency is called Bronze, and it is obtainable through pretty much everything you do in WoW Pandaria Remix. It can drop from pretty much any mob, with the amount varying on what level it is and whether it's an elite or a rare mob. You can also get bronze from the Cache of Infinite Treasure, which is a reward from most quests. You'll also find some bronze from opening treasure chests throughout Pandaria. You can also fly through bronze orbs to get some bronze, and the amount that you get from these orbs scales with your level. You will also get some bronze from completing dungeons, raids and scenarios, and there are a number of caches that you will be able to get some bronze from, and you can get these caches from quests, dungeons, raids, etc. The minor bronze cache will get you 200 bronze, the lesser bronze cache will get you 400, the regular bronze cache will get you 600, and from the greater bronze cache you can get 1000 bronze. And lastly, you can trade in any of the new customizable time running gear that you don't want to get some bronze. So now you know how to get bronze, but what are the 11 super rare mounts that you can get with it? Firstly, the Reigns of the Slate Primordial Direhorn, which in the regular World of Warcraft game is one of 3 rare mount drops from the Zandalari Warbringer, which is an NPC that can spawn in the Dread Wastes, the Karasang Wilds, Townlong Steppes, Kunlai Summit and the Jade Forest. This mount normally has a 5% chance to drop from the Zandalari Warbringer that is mounted on the specific mount. However, in the Pandaria Remix, this mount will be available to purchase from Hemit Nezingweri, who is located at an Infinite Bazaar, and there is one of these Infinite Bazaars in each of the main Pandaria zones. From Hemit Nezingweri, it will cost you 18,700 bronze to obtain this mount, and you do need to be at least level 17 to purchase it and use it. Next, we have the Reigns of the Astral Cloud Serpent, which is a really nice looking mount, and it is normally obtained from Elegon in the Mogushan Vaults raid. This mount has around a 1% drop rate, and with the raid lockout you do only get one attempt at this mount per week per character, so it can be a pretty difficult mount to farm in regular WoW. But in Pandaria Remix, again, you will be able to get this from Hemit Nezingweri for 18,700 bronze, but for this one you will need to be level 35 to purchase it. We do also have the Spawn of Horadin mount that is normally obtained from Horadin itself, which is the second boss of the Throne of Thunder raid. This mount has a drop rate somewhere in the region of 1 to 3%, and again it is only possible to do this boss once per week per character, so it can be quite a long grind. However, if you are level 32 in Pandaria Remix, you will again be able to pick up this mount from Hemit Nezingweri for 38,500 bronze. The Son of Galleon's Saddle is another mount that can easily be obtained in Pandaria Remix. In regular World of Warcraft, this mount is a 1% drop rate from the world boss Galleon that spawns in the Valley of the Four Winds. Galleon is a world boss, so you can only get loot from it once per week per character. In Pandaria Remix, this mount is purchasable for 38,500 bronze, and again you do have to be level 32 to obtain it. Next, we have the Reigns of the Cobalt Primordial Direhorn, which is normally obtainable via a 1% drop from the world boss Undasta, which spawns on the Isle of Giants. In the Pandaria Remix, this mount is purchasable for 38,500 bronze, and you only have to be level 17 to pick up this one. Clutch of ji-kun is another mount that you can easily obtain from Pandaria Remix. Normally this mount is a 1% drop rate from ji-kun, which is the 6th boss in the Throne of Thunder raid. You can purchase this mount for 38,500 bronze if you are level 35. Another world boss mount, Reigns of the Thundering Onyx Cloud Serpent, that usually drops with a 1% drop rate from Hualon that spawns on the Timeless Isle, will also be available in Pandaria Remix for 38,500 bronze if you are level 35. Likewise, the Reigns of the Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent, which normally drops from the Shah of Anger world boss that spawns in the Kunlai Summit, will also be available for purchase in Pandaria Remix for 38,500 bronze if you are level 35. Also, the Reigns of the Thundering Cobalt Cloud Serpent, which is a 1% drop rate from Isle of Thunder raid Nalak in regular World of Warcraft, will be possible to obtain in the Pandaria Remix for the price of 38,500 bronze, and again it does have the level requirement of 35. The Korkron Juggernaut mount, that is historically a 1% drop rate from Mythic Siege of Orgrimmir's final boss Garrosh Hellscream, will now be purchasable in the Pandaria Remix for 38,500 bronze, and again it does require a character to be level 35 to purchase and use it. And lastly, the Reigns of the Thundering Ruby Cloud Serpent, which is the most convoluted of all of these mounts to obtain in regular WoW. To get this mount in retail WoW, you do need to obtain 10 Sky Shards, which are very low drop rate items that can be obtained from various sources in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. Once you have 10 Sky Shards, you can then combine it to make a Sky Crystal, which you use on the rare spawn Alani in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms to remove the Nimbus Shroud buff. Then you can kill Alani and you'll be able to get the mount with 100% drop rate. But instead of doing all of this convoluted method that will take you quite a while to do, you can just grind bronze in the Pandaria remix, and you will need 50,000 bronze to obtain this mount if you are level 35. And of course, once you buy these mounts in Pandaria remix, you will also have them unlocked in retail WoW as well. So it is really worth grinding bronze while you have this event active, especially if you are a mount collector. And there are actually many other new mounts that are collectible from Pandaria remix, and most of them are purchasable with bronze, but they do cost a lot less than the rare mounts from regular WoW. And with that said, if you did like this video, make sure you subscribe and I'll catch you in the next one.